and kept this 4-game streak going.
Victor, I'll tell you what, it's all about that friendly competition amongst the starters, and Jared Weaver set the tone there in Toronto, throwing up some great numbers, 8 punch-outs and 7, and of course carried on the way through to Joe Pinheiro last night. No earnings, didn't necessarily have his best fastball working, but he used his secondary pitches. That's why it's so important for Scott Kazmir. He's charting that game, he's looking and seeing, how did he do it? Well, the reason why, threw a lot of first pitch strikes. Mike Butcher told me on the way back from Toronto, Kazmir's got to be aggressive in zone, pitch inside, use that slider, because he believes in that slider. It's back to what it was a few years ago, in which he led the American League in strikeouts.
Kazmir trying to revert back to what he was with the Angels toward the end of last season. He'll be going up against a youngster by the name of Ricky Porcello, who had a terrific rookie campaign in 2009. He's going for the Tigers. Angels bats continuing to swing it. We've got a 4-game winning streak trying to make it 5. We've got lineups and first pitch right after this.
Brought to you by Howard's, official appliance and flat screen superstores of the Los Angeles Angels. Nobody beats Howard's. By your Southern California Hyundai dealers. Want more MPG? Hyundai has it. With 7 models that get 30 miles per gallon or more, Hyundai's now the most fuel-efficient car maker in America. And by Shakey's Pizza. In what Hall of Fame is Shakey's founder Sherwood Shaky Johnson honored? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia.
As you can see out of the distance, those dark clouds have gone by. We are ready for some baseball here. Tigers and the Angels, game number 2 of this 4-game series and 10-game homestand. Guys are ready to go. That's Mike Napoli, of course, in that catcher's gear, getting the starting nod. Torrey Hunter is ready as well. They announced the all-star balloting around Major League Baseball today.
Take a look at some of the guys in the Tigers clubhouse or dugout.
Well, a few of those guys have their names on there also not balloting for the All-Star game. That's a lot of fun as a fan coming to the ballpark, punching out who you want to be able to make that All-Star game. Played here at the Big A.
8 Angel players on that All-Star ballot. We take a look at the starting lineup for the Tigers. Jim Leland starting 9. Austin Jackson in center. Johnny Damon is in left. Magli Ordonez in right field. What a terrific catch he made last night. Miguel Cabrera, he's hitting .360. He's very good. He is in the cleanup spot. Carlos Guillen, the DH. Brandon Inge at third. Ryan Rayburn, the second baseman. Gerald Laird getting the start tonight behind the plate. Adam Everett will be the shortstop. That's starting 9 for the Tigers, facing left-hander Scott Kazmir, making his second start of the season.
Well, I think the adjustments have to be made, obviously, from his game in New York to here the Big A against the Tigers. His bullpen session before that last game was outstanding. He didn't correlate that into good numbers on the mound during the game. Has to pitch inside. When you think about people like Ordonez, Cabrera, guys that love to drive the ball, get the good part of the bat, use that fastball in, finish off with that slider, which looks like it's back to its old form when he led the American League in strikeouts a few years ago.
Well, this is an offense for the Tigers that will put the ball in play, and defensively behind Scott Kazmir, your Home Depot defense for the Los Angeles Angels. Rivera in left, Hunter in center, Bobby Abreu in right. Meister Sturz getting the start at third base. Ibar short. Kendrick and Morales on the right side, and we mentioned Mike Napoli getting the start behind the plate.
And Mike Scioscia is very comfortable, regardless of the scenario with Jeff Mathis being put on the DL. He loves when Napoli catches behind the plate with Scott Kazmir on the mound. Calls a good game for him, frames the pitches very well. Comfortable blocking that slider in the dirt for Mike Scioscia.
Rob Quinlan called up. He will take that spot. Vacated by Jeff Mathis, being placed on the disabled list. A shame, of course. I know we talked about it when we kicked this show off, but the fact of the matter is that Jeff Mathis, going as good as he was offensively, defensively, absolutely spectacular. It is a blow, regardless of the fact you've got some depth. You've got Mike Napoli, who will be the everyday catcher. Bobby Wilson's been on the roster since opening day. It's still a big blow to lose a guy like Jeff Mathis.
It is, too, but Bobby Wilson, another solid defensive catcher for the Angels.
Ready for the first pitch of this one, and Kazmir's first delivered to Austin Jackson is down and away for ball 1. Jackson at .333 on the year with 5 runs batted in. His rookie campaign, a little bit tardy on that fastball. Leading all rookies in Major League Baseball with hits. He's got 18 of them. And playing stellar defensively. That fastball is a little bit high. It's 2 balls and a strike.
He had a good at bat yesterday. That pitcher was down in the zone, hit it hard in the right field. Showing some good coverage of the plate for a young hitter.
He was 1 for 4 in that game last night against Pinheiro, Jepson, and Rodney. No pressure, Scott. 4-game winning streak, and the starters have all gone deep in the games. 2-2. Outside, full count. Joel Pinheiro last night, 7 1/3, his longest outing of the season. 4 strikeouts, scattering 9 hits.
Field is positioned very well last night. A couple double plays.
Jackson swings through the fastball. Down he goes. There is out number 1 as we take a look now at the Hyundai keys of the game.
Scott Kazmir just trying to follow the lead of his fellow starters. Has had some troubles against the Tigers throughout his career. Just a 2-4 mark with an ERA almost a 4.7. Obviously the guy you always got to keep an eye on, Miguel Cabrera. 273 batting average, including a big fly against Kazmir. Pitch inside, make him swing and miss that slider down and in.
Here's Johnny Damon, the veteran, getting the start in left field. Again, he's at .279 on the young season. Takes a strike, an emphatic strike call by Dan Isonia. Calling the balls and strike. I like that. He's into the game.
Like Jim Joyce up in Toronto. You can hear from him, all the way down on the field.
Damon signing that 1-year contract this past offseason. And really what turned out to be an exchange of all-star outfielders. Curtis Granderson going to New York. Damon signing as a free agent in Detroit. Johnny had 2 hits last night, a couple of singles. way outside. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, when you think of Johnny Damon, you think of a winner. He won a championship there with the Red Sox, the Yankees. He was a winner up there with Oakland. He's part of a very good young outfield when he came up with Kansas City.
The Royals certainly have had some talent. Go in and out of that city for the last 15, 20 years. That pitch is rolled foul.
When we think of an outfield, Johnny Damon, Jermaine Dye, and Carlos Beltran.
Not bad.
They can cover a little ground. They can hit for an average, drive the ball out of the ballpark, and steal bags. And all wearing different uniforms.
Well, interesting conversation between Napoli and Kazmir out on the mound.
I guarantee you it's dealing with the fact that Scott is trying to get that ball the inside part of the plate, whether it's a left-handed batter. Lefties are hitting 600. Granted, it's only been one game, but you have to establish it and make him swing and miss at that slider. Mike Butcher talked about it with him during his bullpen session in between these starts, establishing inside.
The 2-2. Hard hit, and this one's into center field for a base hit. So Damon's on board with a 1-out knock. We'll bring up Ordonez. Ordonez at 321, 4 home runs, 9 runs batted in. A couple of doubles. It was he and Damon that had multi-hit games for the Tigers. They racked out 9 hits, while the Angels managed just 4. But it was that error charged to Ordonez that helped the Halos get on the board early as that pitch is on the corner.
Ordonez didn't like that call on the outside part of the plate. Fastball again, outer half. Kazmir.
Going back outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Is it easier for a guy that struggles to get the pitch in, let's say in this case, a lefty like Kazmir, in on a right-hander by being on the third base side of the rubber, or would you force him to the first base side to kind of get that across your body type of feel?
Most times when a pitcher makes that adjustment, if you're a lefty on that side of the pitching rubber, it's because that way you can get the ball inside on a right-hander. It's much easier. That's why you see sinker ballers go to the first base side. You can see right here, you want to see him right there on the inside rubber there on third base side. That's an easier way to establish that fastball inside to right-handed hitters.
The 1-2, and he got him. Again with a fastball well located. 2 strikeouts, 2 outs here in the first, brings up Miguel Cabrera.
Well, it looked like he was looking for something else. Fox Tracks will show that fastball painting the outside corner at 91. Swing there, maybe he was looking for that slider down and in. Something, certainly not a fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Looks like he's got some life on the fastball, considering the swing we saw from Jackson in the first punch out to lead off the game. And that one is looped into left center field. That's a base hit. Damon will round second, head to third. The throw will go into second base. So Miguel Cabrera, the hit machine, picks up a 2-out base hit. The Tigers here in the early going have runners at first and third, 2 away for Carlos Guillen.
Out in front a little bit, but so strong. The changeup. Down, not a bad spot. Howard's replay shows that was just a perfect swing by Cabrera. Boy, he's so strong. Even when he's fooled, he's able to get that ball into the outfield and hit it hard.
He is a large man. Good power, all fields, hit for average. Here's Guillen. Switch hitting DH. 1 for 4 in last night's game. Comes in with a 275 average. Kazmir at 26 years of age. Of course, coming over in that deal last year for the Tampa Bay Rays. 3-for-1 deal. Boy, did he shine for the Angels in those 6 starts.
He did a lot of run support, but threw the ball exceptionally well. Think about it, just 26 years old. It seemed like he's been around forever. Still plenty of time to make adjustments at the big league level.
Good off-speed pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Kazmir got to the big leagues in 2004 with the Tampa Bay Rays, pitching in 8 games at that point. Won the strikeout crown. 07. Punching out 239 and 206 plus innings. Good fastball up and in. We're evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Great sequence. There's a curveball on the outer half and elevates a fastball at 91 on the inside part.
Two popped up. Long run out for Howie Kendrick. Bobby Abreu comes on, makes the call and the catch. There's out number 3. No runs, 2 hits. Scott Kazmir picks up a couple of strikeouts. 1/2 inning of the 5th inning. Mike Scioscia running out this starting 9 for this Tuesday night contest. Derek Ibar, the shortstop, leading things off. Bobby Abreu in the 2 spot in right field. Torrey Hunter, the center fielder. Hideki Matsui, a .314 average. He's the DH. Kendry Morales at first base. Juan Rivera in left field. Meister Asturis getting the start at third base. Howie Kendrick at second. And Mike Napoli is doing the catching and batting 9th. They are facing a phenom, 21-year-old right-hander out of Chester, New Jersey, by the name of Ricky Porcello.
Porcello, 1-0 record this season. He has 3+ major league pitches. A fastball, 89 to 94, above average curveball, and a very good changeup.
A 14-game winner as a 20-year-old in the big leagues last year. Was 14-9 with a .396 ERA. Just 2 years after being the first pick by the Tigers. 27th overall as Ibar tries to bunt his way on, and that's a foul ball.
I think Jim Leland didn't expect him to make the club out of spring training last season, but he was so composed. When you have an arm like that and you have that look of you belong at the major league level, why not take that chance at that point? Leland felt comfortable putting him in there.
You know, some would say that he turned the corner from a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed rookie pitcher to I belong here. That game against the Boston Red Sox when Kevin Youkilis charged him out on the mound, had nothing else but to defend himself, basically throws Youkilis to the ground. At that point, I think as a pitcher, mentally, you say, you know what? I'm here, and my stuff's good enough to compete. As Ibar chases that high fastball, there's out number 1.
And that's exactly right, especially when you're a young pitcher. You feel that maybe you don't know if you belong here quite yet. All these guys you've seen on TV or collect the bubblegum cards, you just don't think, I don't have the stuff to get him out. But he realized that, hey, these guys are somewhat intimidated by my stuff. If I could just show them that I'll go right back in at you or knock you down or defend myself, become much better.
Bobby Abreu steps up with 1 out, nobody on. Porcello gave up 10 hits in his 6 innings And his last start against the Kansas City Royals just wasn't that sharp. Bobby at 214, a couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in, was 0 for 4 last night.
We had a conversation last year with Porcello. You could just tell that not only he respected the game, but he respected people who played before him, realized what his job is as a member of this Tiger team and his historic franchise is go out there and compete.
Very late on the fastball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. They've got 2 very good arms in the front end of that rotation, and Justin Verlander and Rick Porcello. As Abreu bounces right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. So the Angels get a man off with 1 away here in the first as we take a look at the defense behind Porcello. Damon, Jackson, Ordonez from left to right in the outfield. Inge, Everett, Rayburn getting the start at second. Cabrera at first. And Gerald Laird doing the catching this evening.
Well, Maggie Ordonez has obviously put up some great offensive numbers again this season, but the reality is he's got that quick step again in the outfit. He made 2 very good plays going back on that fly ball by Brandon Wood. Prevented some runs going across, but he's getting a good jump now, healthier and stronger and quicker.
Torrey takes that pitch for a strike and immediately looks back to Isonia.
Box tracks will tell if it's a strike. Maybe. I think it was a strike. Then again, anything out of the pitcher's hand looks like a strike to me.
It wasn't even close to the strike zone that it didn't even register on Fox Tracks.
It was so fast.
That's how far out of the zone that pitch was. Inside out over to Rayburn. Feeds Everett for 1. Wheeler to first. It's a double play. Very quiet first inning for both ball clubs. 1 complete, no score. Broiled Black Angus beef, crispy bacon, and 4 slices of melted cheese on grilled bread. The new grilled cheese bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. starting at $2.49. Top of the second, no score here at the Big A. Tigers sending up Inge, Rayburn, and Laird. Face Scott Kazmir, who had 2 strikeouts, a couple of base hits. Good early as far as his fastball is concerned, just missing off the plate there to Brandon Inge for ball 1. Brandon Inge, 289, 6 runs batted in. Good defensive third baseman. Talked about his struggles last year, the good start that he had, named to the All-Star team, then the struggles he had in the second half as he swings through that pitch. It's 1-2 now.
Well, you saw where Mike Napoli was setting up there on that fastball. It did get a swing and miss, but it did run off the outside corner once again. Mike Butcher wants, and Mike Napoli want Kazmir to establish inside. After that fastball swing and miss, he went with a slider. That slider had some good break to it. Good spot. 1-2 pitch. See if he can get a swing and miss. He wants a fastball to the outside corner. Kazmir shakes him off to the changeup.
On the ground up the third base line. That's a foul ball. That's one of those pitches, especially with 2 strikes, make sure it is down.
Because especially with 2 strikes, you're in protect mode. It's easier to make adjustments. Now wants a fastball in the outside corner.
2-2 again, and he got him. Tied him up with a fastball up and in. 3rd strikeout of the night for Scott Kazmir. Time now for our FoxSportsWest.com poll question. Other than Torrey Hunter, who do you think is most likely to win a Gold Glove for the Angels this season? Eric Ibar, Jeff Mathis, Brandon Wood, Howie Kendrick, or Kendry Morales? Log on to FoxSportsWest.com and cast your vote. We'll give you an update a little bit later on in the game.
Good choices there. Boy, Yoel Pinheiro would like to have his name added the way he was picking at the mound yesterday.
He was doing a lot of kicking at the baseball, too.
Remember, it is the hockey playoff season, so it's a kick save and a beauty.
I watched a lot of that last night. I was driving home and I was thinking to myself, man, I remember Jack Lazorko, Kirk McCaskill out on the mound. Lazorko used to do the splits.
He was the quickest I've ever seen fielding ground balls up the middle. Well, he was a former goalie. Yep. Of course, Kirk McCaskill was drafted, played professional hockey also before coming to the Halos.
That is skied out to right center field. Struck well, Torrey Hunter. Long run, reaches up, can't get it. Rounding second, heading to third is Rayburn as Abreu gets that ball in. And it's a triple for the Tiger second baseman.
Well, and like tonight, you wouldn't think there would be much carry. Cloudy, been drizzling throughout the day. The fastball break down the heart of the plate. Torrey got back, tried to make a great catch up against the wall. Tracked it very well. Just out of his reach.
Here in the early going, Angels bringing their infield in with 1 out. Gerald Laird at the plate. Snap throw to third base. Rayburn back safely.
Well, that was a great pitch and great idea by Mike Napoli. That's a design play. Go inside with the fastball. Catch the base runner down there thinking it was going to be not able to see it. Quick throw to third. Meiser flies the tag, but Rayburn gets underneath it. It's a Mike Scioscia design play. Inside fastball, quick throw.
And one they work on during early batting practice. That pitch outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Catchers. Even the starter comes out for a little while. Not every single day. Bunts up the first base line. Bunts on the third base side. Pickoff attempts. Laird lays off of that one. Smothered by Napoli. 2 balls and a strike.
Good job. That was a changeup in the dirt. Himself in position to keep that ball in front of him with the runner at third. But throughout this early part of the season, the Angel catchers have done a tremendous job as far as blocking pitches in the dirt.
Two 2-1 to Laird. It is just high, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Laird's missed some time over the last couple of days due to a stiff back. La Quinta High School and Cypress Junior College.
Laird, a very good fastball hitter. Dangerous fastball count, 3-1.
Kazmir's 3-1 pitch. Laird pulls it, and a dig out of the dirt by Matsui. 2 outs.
You talk about quick reflexes in the hot corner. Changeup, 3-1 changeup, 1 hopper. Wow, ball was behind him when he made that play. Had plenty of time to gather himself and throw across to get Laird. Look back to base runner. Great job by Matsui. Anywhere Mike Socia puts Matsui, getting a great glove.
Ryan Rayburn still at third base with that 1-out triple. Adam Everett now at the plate. Tigers shortstop at 231 on the season. Tigers thus far in this series just 1 for 11 with men in scoring position. They actually came into this ball game having struggled in that category throughout the first couple of weeks. Just a .215 batting average. That one bounced out in front of the plate. Very reminiscent of that breaking pitch we saw from Kevin Jepson that got Jeff Mathis. This one goes into the chest protector.
And this is an overthrown fastball about 4 feet in front of the plate. Again, you're tall as a catcher. Shift your body, square up your arms, let it get off your chest protector, keep it front. Mike Socia, one of the best at that.
Strike on the inside corner. Bobby Wilson has gotten into one game. He played some first base defensively. The 2-1. Everett out to left center field. Playable for Torrey Hunter. There's the 3rd out. Nice play by Matsui to keep this a scoreless tie on the hot shot. Not letting that rain bother them. We start the bottom of the 2nd inning. Scoreless tie. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Halos. Matsui, Morales, Rivera. Porcello delivering that first pitch strike. Hideki had .314 on the year. He was 0 for 2 last night. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. There's Porcello taking just enough off. Little sinking action, catching the outside corner, and quickly ahead at no balls, 2 strikes.
It's a great pitch. Just enough off there to get the hitter off balanced. And then you have that ability to be able to paint the corner again at 92.
Plenty of Japanese media still covering Hideki Matsui, and we'll see that throughout the season as Matsui goes down swinging for out number 1.
One of those 3+ pitches that Porcello has, a changeup off the outside part of the plate at 80 miles an hour. especially after you establish a fastball there at 88 and another fastball 92. Then you can throw a changeup off that. You see why the Tigers are so enamored with this youngster, how he got up to the big leagues so quickly. Great poise.
The question is now, too, is they kind of tempered his innings. Boy, that pitch looked a little bit high, but so we've got a good-sized strike zone. Morales in the hole and no balls in the strike. But just getting back to Porcello about making sure that they don't overload him as Morales tries to go the opposite way. Johnny Damon can't handle it. That ball's on the ground. Damon says he caught it, but the third base umpire, Mark Wegner, ruled that that ball hit the ground, and it's a single for Kendry Morales.
A great job by Mark Wegner getting out there to notice that, because Johnny Damon got a great jump, came sliding in and sold it very well. See Johnny fully extending out. You see the ball hit the ground before it got there. Johnny tried to sell it. Right on it. Perfect position for Mark Wegner, looking to that baseball into the grass and seeing that Johnny Damon didn't make that play.
And just in case Mark Wegner didn't see it, Dino Ebel was all over. All over. Juan Rivera takes strike one.
Dino is very active at third base.
I wonder what the calorie count is as far as how much he burns throughout the course of the game.
He's never quite staying in that third base coach's box, that's for sure. He's everywhere. Very aggressive, too, as far as sending base runners.
0-1 on the ground, but foul at the third base line. I mean, Dino had the call before Wegner. See? I mean, what's Wegner even bothering looking at Johnny Damon for? Just turn around and look at Dino.
I'll tell you what, when you were watching Kendry Morales run, he was about ready to jog into second base thinking it was an out. But solid positioning for Wegner.
Oh, 2 count on Rivera. That one at 94, and it's 1-2. Porcello with 2 strikeouts and no walks. He threw 170 and 2/3 innings last year, which is a big jump for a young man. They paced him a little bit as the season progressed. Now one missed outside, it's 2-2.
And the reason why they did that, because they actually, coming into last spring training, they didn't anticipate him making the club, but he threw the ball so well. So when you don't have a chance to be able to spread out the innings and get your pitch count up, you have to keep an eye on a young pitcher like this, especially a guy a cornerstone to your success for years to come.
He scuffled in the month of July. That's when they started to slow him down. At 3 games in that month. But boy, oh boy, he dialed it up in August and September as Rivera goes out to right field. That gets down for a base hit. Kendry advances to second. Back-to-back knocks now for the Halos. 2 men on and 1 out brings up Matsui. Hey, want to see your favorite Angels play in the 2010 All-Star Game at Angel Stadium? Then log on to angelsbaseball.com today to cast your vote for Torrey Hunter, Bobby Abreu, Hideki Matsui, and the rest of your favorite Halos. Select the starting lineups for the 2010 All-Star Game and be part of one of the greatest traditions in Major League Baseball. 81st Midsummer Classic.
And it should be an unbelievable blast here. The Big A. All the festivities. They got to get you into a celebrity softball game?
No chance. I think you actually have to be a celebrity in order to partake in those festivities. And I do believe we are in Oakland that weekend. Historis lining one right back into center field. Kendry Morales being waved home. He'll score. And the Angels strike first, 1-0.
Talked about Dino Ebel, aggressive sending the base runners in. Also, Jackson charged that baseball pretty well. Meister coming through once again with runners in scoring position. Fastball, it was out over the plate. Hits it right back up the middle. See Jackson charging that baseball. Dino Ebel knows the scouting reports on the arm strength of the Tiger outfielders. Took a chance.
Such a simple approach by Meister, too. Very quiet hands, nice and easy through the strike zone. A level swing. as he picks up his 6th RBI. Here's Howie Kendrick. Breaking pitch is in for strike 1. 3 straight hits for the Halos. After 1 out here in the 2nd, Matsui was a strikeout to start this inning.
A couple flares, one to the left, one to the right, and then a hard hit ball up the middle.
Spoken like a pitcher. A couple flares. I think these other guys would beg to differ. Well, line shots.
Well, it does look like that in the box scores, that's for sure.
Howie expanding his strike zone on that breaking pitch, and it's 1-2.
But well-centered baseball. They crushed it the other way.
Texas leaguer.
Kept their hands back through the zone.
Little doinks. The 1-2. Breaking ball drilled to left field. Johnny Damon is going back. Pulls up off the wall. Rivera will score. And Sturridge being waved home. It's a 2-run double for Howie Kendrick. 3-0 Angels.
Boy, Howie's, he's been known as a guy who hits the ball in the middle to right center, but he's turned on some hits in the inner half with some authority so far this season. That was supposed to be a fastball on the outside part of the plate, but had run in action in the inner half, and Howie turns on it off the wall. For a 2-run double.
Boy, especially after chasing that big sweeping breaking ball to go 1-2. He got a hanger right over the heart of the plate and hammered it. 4th double of the year for Howie Kendrick. RBI 6 and 7. Make that 4 straight hits against Rick Porcello here in the 2nd. And we pointed out, too, that in his last start, he got knocked around a little bit. 10 hits in those 6 innings against the Royals. Mike Napoli takes strike 1. The Angels coming off a night in which they were 0 for 5 with men in scoring position, but still picked up the win 2-0. And all of a sudden, like they did in Toronto, getting the clutch hit. Mike fouling that one off to the right, and it snowballs 2 strikes.
More so to be able to put these runs up early in the game for Scott Kazmir, so he could be more aggressive, more confidence that his offense has his backing, and the defense clearly showing that they're going to make great plays behind it. Matsui with that perfect play at third base.
No balls, 2 strikes on the Angel catcher. Came in batting just 133. Fastball got him looking. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order now in Eric Ibar with Kendrick still at second base. Eric, a strikeout victim in the bottom of the 1st, so he's 0 for 1. One of 3 punch outs for Porcello. There's Howie. Ibar had his hitting streak snapped last night after going 0 for 4. An 8-game streak that was snapped, and he pulls this one right into the glove of Miguel Cabrera for the 3rd out. But the Angels strike first. They get 3 runs. The capper was this 2. Angels up 3-0 over the Tigers. Howie Kendrick with his 4th double. Of course, credit Meister Asturias for picking up an RBI single. Not only that, making that fine defensive play on the hot shot off the bat of Gerald Laird in the 2nd, preventing that first Tiger run to score. Austin Jackson takes strike 1.
Shutdown inning now for Scott Kazmir. Throw up a 0. Get that offense rolling again.
Jackson went down swinging in the 1st inning, so he's 0 for 1. Good fastball there, and it snowballs 2 strikes.
We saw it last night. Jackson has a tough time with that fastball in the outer half. A couple punch outs against Pinheiro. A couple swings early in this game, too, on the outer half.
Going back outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scott's thrown 43 pitches, 25 have gone for strikes. 3 strikeouts, no walks. And he got him. Fastball riding up and away. There is out number 1. Time now for the Farmers Insurance true storyline of the game. I'm talking about Jim Leland, who started this game at the helm of the Tigers. Now in his 5th year, a guy that has won the Manager of the Year award in both leagues. You see Bobby Cox has done that as well. Same goes for Tony La Russa.
Bobby Cox's last year, he keeps saying, as the manager of the Braves. What a run he had there with the Braves. And of course, I remember he came up in Toronto, Jim Leland. Very successful manager. Championship with Florida. Had some great teams with Pittsburgh.
Before free agency. Just crushed that team.
Bobby Bonilla, Barry Bonds,
Kyle Drabek. Doug Drabek, pardon me, Kyle's dad. Just in Toronto, we were talking about Kyle. He was picked up in that Roy Halladay deal by the Blue Jays.
They definitely like him. I think he's got a chance of being a star at the big leagues.
Damon swings through the fastball, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I know it's early in the game, but looking at Scott Kazmir, he's not wasting any time throwing pitches. Very aggressive. Mike Butcher worked with him in between starts about that. Just having that demeanor on the mound.
2-2, high chopper. It's going to be a tough play. Just put it in your pocket. When you're the first baseman, you got to go that far with a guy who's got decent speed. It's going to be an infield single. Johnny Damon is now 2 for 2.
He's got a 7-game hit streak now, too, with these 2 hits today. Johnny Damon does for the Tigers.
Hey, be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you.
Bad feeling when you're a pitcher to chopper off the plate like that. No chance. There's no way you're going to be able to go out because if you're a left-handed pitcher, you're going to fall towards third base anyhow, so that run across is always difficult to cover first.
Magli Ordonez went down swinging in the 1st, so he's 0 for 1. Scott's at 50 pitches now. Something that, well, if you're a manager of Scott Kazmir, you always tend to watch. You worry about the pitch count getting up there too early. It happens, people forget, with strikeout pitchers.
And because of the fact that he has that pitch at times, especially that slider gets fouled off a lot, that pitch count's going to go up.
Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike.
I think we used to talk about that with Jared Weaver for a while too, but he figured it out, throwing that changeup, that 2-seam fastball, getting some quick outs. Well, you can pitch in that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
2-1. Fouled straight back. 2-2. There was talk last year, as bad as Magli Ordonez was going, he sat down for a little bit by Jim Leland, wondering whether or not he would get to the requisite number of plate appearances that would kick in the option, the $18 million option for this season. But he got there. That's why he's in uniform, playing for the Tigers. That pitch is upstairs. And the Tigers have another option, another vesting option for Ordonez for 2011.
Him into camp in great shape. Hands quick again. Numbers are up.
defense improved.
3-2. Got him with a fastball up. Down goes Ordonez. There's out number 2.
We got him swinging on that fastball the first time. On this time, he changed eye levels. We're up at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball above the belt. Ordonez likes to hit the fastball, but couldn't catch up to that one.
5 strikeouts now in 2 2/3. Here's Cabrera, who had a single in the first inning. Changeup cued off the end of the bat right to Kendry Morales. There's out number 3. Nothing happening for the Tigers here in the third. Scott Kazmir's cruising. He's got a 3-0 lead. Nothing lead starting the bottom of the third. Angels sending up 2, 3, and 4. Brayu, Hunter, and Matsui. Bobby shows bunt. Takes a strike. Must have offered at it. It's 0-1. Bobby had a single in the first, so he's 1 for 1.
In that first plate appearance, did a nice job of hitting that ground ball right up the middle. Bobby has been struggling pulling off some pitches on the outer half.
Lofts that one foul and out of play. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And even as a veteran, Bobby knows that sometimes you need that extra ear to be able to listen to, and Mickey Hatch has been working with him as far as getting that swing back, staying back, going to left field, hitting the ball up the middle. You always talk about Bobby's influence on all these young hitters, but sometimes even as a veteran, you need some help yourself.
That one's on the ground, sharply hit, but right to Ryan Rayburn. There's out number 1. Bobby's kind of on the verge right now of reaching some milestones for him. You know, 1 stolen base from 350 in his career, 14 doubles shy of 500 for his career, 36 games shy of 2,000. All, of course, which he'll reach at some point this season. All of a sudden, that conversation starts to kind of turn. You wonder, I know there's a lot of good outfielders in that Hall of Fame, but as consistent as he has been from Philadelphia to New York to Southern California, going to have some consideration.
Yeah, and I don't buy into people say, well, when you think about players, was he dominant during his era? For me, it's consistency, and Bobby has certainly been a consistent performer, run producer, the guy that gets himself in scoring positions by stealing bases, been solid in the outfield, won a Gold Glove.
He'd only be the 6th player ever with 350 stolen bases, 250 home runs. Ever. The other guys on that list, they're pretty good. As Torrey bounces that one up the third base line. Torrey thinks it's a foul ball, but Brandon Inge plays it. Cabrera will get the out. Torrey's going to have a conversation with Isonia. And as it stands, there are 2 outs.
And so she's going to come out and find out what actually happened on that baseball. Torrey thought it was going to be foul right off the get-go. He had a different type of hop going down the third base line. Now the replay showed that he think it hit his foot. It stayed, hugged the line, and he was able to make the play. See that third base? So they were right there and didn't get his foot. He thought it was going to go foul, and then see, the third base bag is an imaginary line going up there, and the third base umpire lets the home plate umpire make that call because it hasn't gone by the base yet. So clearly stayed along that line, the proper call.
It is the home plate umpire's call until that baseball gets to the bag, and it really wasn't. It's not like it was a foul line hugger. It wasn't right on the chalk. It was close. I thought for a moment that he was trying to sell it as if it went off his foot, which he probably would have been better off doing, just falling down. It's big in soccer, you know. Just falling down.
It is big in soccer.
That's what they say.
Well, the World Cup's coming around. We'll be able to see that pretty soon.
Well, that's why I'm trying to segue to the World Cup now, Mark. Work with me.
Trying to give you a pass down the middle, a 3-0-1 break.
1-2, and down goes Matsui. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Porcello. We've played 3, but the Angels still up 3-0. $3-0. Time now for the AT&T trivia question. These are hard questions, too. They're getting more difficult by the day.
Can't even throw a Dean Chance in there either.
The Tigers are one of 8 original teams in Major League Baseball and one of 4 to represent their original city. Who are the other 3?
I mean, it's easy to say the Yankees, but at that point they were the New York Highlanders.
I'm going to go with the Tigers as one of my guesses. And I think the White Sox, or the white leggings? No, the red leggings at one time. First pitch strike is in there to Carlos Guillen.
Philadelphia Phillies were around a long time.
Yeah. I'm going with Cincinnati Reds, Chicago White Sox. What was the first one I said?
Well, we only know the Tigers.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit. Those are my 3. Guillen, Inge, and Rayburn. You're just somehow going to make Philadelphia work, aren't you? On the ground towards short. Ibars got it. 1 away. Boy, go back to that third inning. Nice shutdown inning by Scott Kazmir after getting 3 runs in the bottom of the second. That's what you like to see, starting pitcher carrying it over.
It's all about the pace. The game so far from Scott Kazmir, 3 ground ball outs, a couple fly balls, but 5 punch outs. It's a good fastball going. 88 to 92, but he's located it very well.
Here's Brandon Inge, who was a strikeout victim in the second. One of 5 punch outs for Kazmir.
And I like what he did when he came back and got Cabrera to end the last inning. He threw him a changeup. The time before at the plate, Cabrera got a base hit in the left field with a changeup. He was out in front.
Boy, doubling up on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So he goes changeup, just out of zone. Changeup again. Coming back to back changeups. Didn't miss by much.
At that point, do you have to locate it? I mean, the hitter anticipating, he's not really anticipating a 3rd straight changeup.
No, you got to be thinking fastball. That's at that point.
2-1's popped up. Long run in for Torrey Hunter. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Speaking of Torrey Hunter making that catch, now you get a little Torrey Hunter yourself. All fans in attendance this Thursday will receive a free Torrey Hunter Gold Glove figurine courtesy of Pechanga Resort and Casino. Tickets for this game now available for 50% off in select seating areas when using the password ANGELS at angelsbaseball.com or the Angel Stadium ticket window.
We're going to bring it back with the gold. That's some gold in that glove. 9-time Gold Glove winner for Torrey Hunter. It would have been fun to be able to have in center field if I was taking the hill. Brought back a lot of mistakes.
Rayburn takes inside. Did the press conference this afternoon to announce the All-Star balloting. Torrey was there along with Rod Carew. Rod was talking about his All-Star game experience. He mentions, I went to the All-Star game 18 times. And Torrey just looks at him and starts laughing. Takes the microphone and says, I haven't even been in the big leagues 18 years.
3,000 hits for Rod Carew. He's been there a number of times himself. Look at that play he made in Milwaukee against Barry Bondsby over the fence to bring it back.
2002.
The tie.
The infamous tie. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the announcement before the game. Angel All-Star ballots. Obviously, All-Star experience. Got Kazmir also an All-Star twice. Rayburn pops it up on the infield. Kendra Morales has got the call. Scott Kazmir has retired the last 5 in a row. Middle of the 4th, Angels up by the score of 3-0. Back to our AT&T trivia question. Tigers, one of 8 original teams in Major League Baseball, and one of 4 to represent the original city. Who are the other 3? Boston Red Sox, Cleveland Indians, and Chicago White Sox. Didn't even think about the Boston Red Sox.
Well, didn't your memory tell you those 3? in between innings?
You know, you're right.
I told you.
Bad. Selective memory. Morales, Rivera, Isturiz here at the bottom of the fourth. At least they got 1 of 3. That's like Hall of Fame credentials right there. 333.
Solid.
Kendry had that single that started off the rally for the Halos in the second. Ball that Damon could not come up with. He lays off that pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Porcello has 4 strikeouts. No walks. He's allowed 5 hits, 4 of which came in that second. And that is ripped into right field. Maglia will play that on a hop. And Kendry Morales, who'd been struggling of late, is now 2 for 2. Leadoff knock to start the fourth.
Quick hands, too, by Kendry. Fastball, inner half. It'll bring him up, tuck in his hands. Good balance, too. Good step. The timing mechanism perfect for him.
And huge, too, when you've got a leg kick like that, making sure that the entire body is in sync.
Guys like Bobby Bonilla, Ruben Sierra, all guys that had that big leg kick, but it's all about timing. See a good side view here. Do you see that tap? Timing, but still as he lands, the bat head's going through the zone, turns on the fastball, quickly hits it in the right field for a base hit.
Rivera had a single in the second, came around to score. Chases that one, clanked out of the glove of Gerald Laird, and moving to second base is Kendry Morales.
Pitch in the dirt, Laird setting up inside. Most times he's going to be able to keep that ball in front of him. Very solid defensively. The Angels have taken advantage of all these breaks they've gotten. Started out there in Toronto. So last night, ball hitting off the foot of Mathis, going in by Ordonez. They scored a run. So there's little mistakes their opponents have made. The Angels have capitalized.
They're calling that one a wild pitch. No balls, 2 strikes on Rivera.
That's perfect. Some twins out of the game here. Dino threw a baseball. What a memorable night. He's not giving it up.
Wants to eat that thing. 1-2. Lays off of that. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, Dale Scott, third chief.
No. So he's a righty already. So put that baseball, Dad say, put that baseball in your left hand.
How's that rosin taste? That one got him. On a 2-2 pitch. They've got him on that elbow. Clearly not intentional. Jim Leyland's going to come out and talk to Dale Scott, ask him if Rivera offered at the pitch.
Well, it was pretty close. It looked like it was running, almost getting him in the chest area the way that ball ran in at him. He started to bat out to think about swinging. It looked like it might have got him in the ribs. And it did. Well, it ran right in. He was thinking about looking out over the plate, gets him right in the rib area. See a batter get hit like that too often. Maybe in the back, the leg. That part of your body means you're turning on the pitch, looking out over the plate, and with the running of that fastball by Porcello, hits him.
Juan will take his base. Leland will go out and have a conversation with Porcello and the entire infield. So a couple of men on for the Halos here in the fourth. Single by Morales. A wild pitch that moved him to second base, and now the hit batter.
There's also a situation where Jim Leyland's going to discuss defensive situation here with Meiser up, first and second, no outs. Might have a bunt play on. You never know. It could be a pickoff play at second base. Morales, Rivera, not a ton of speed on the bases, so there's always a chance when you don't have a lot of speed on the bases, a pickoff's a possibility.
Meiser with an RBI single in the second, came around to score, so he is 1 for 1. The RBI, his 6th. Lays off that pitch, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The Steers hit well against the Tigers last year at 360 clip. Getting to start over at third base tonight. In place of Brandon Wood. 2 balls and no strikes. Morales at second, Rivera at first. Outfield for the Tigers, playing in with Usturiz at the plate. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Johnny Damon is always shading that left field foul line. Jackson in center is shallow, and Maglio probably a little bit closer to straight up in right field. But a very good arm. 3-0. There's a strike.
Austin Jackson plays a pretty shallow center field, like the former center fielder for the Tigers, Curtis Granderson, used to play shallow. What that tells you is he's comfortable and confident going back on a fly ball over his head.
3-1. Down low, there's ball 4. And they are loaded up for Howie Kendrick.
Now it's time for the Coors Light. Hold hard. Relax. Bam! Fastball run over the middle part of the plate. Off the wall for a 2-run double. Howie continued to crush the ball.
First pitch to Howie Kendrick. A strike on the outside corner. Morales at third. Rivera's at second. Usturiz at first. The 0-1. That is pulled toward the hole. Adam Everett's got it. Goes to second base. They can't turn to double play. Crossing the plate is Morales. 4-0 Angels as Howie picks up his 3rd RBI.
Meiser with a good takeout at second base, too. Almost got through the hole. They're very good with the glove, but Meiser going into second, taking him out hard. But unable to make that throw with the thought of a double play.
Mike Napoli steps up now. Runners at first and third, 1 out. Mike 0 for 1 with a strikeout as he lays off the breaking ball. Porcello at 61 pitches so far tonight, 39 for strikes. He's allowed 6 hits. You see the left-hander Futed knee up and loosening. This year Laird is having a problem tracking that baseball. Kind of the second time we've seen in this inning in which
he doesn't look comfortable behind the plate. It's either almost like he's being crossed up the way he's trying to catch the baseball.
Napoli ahead of the count at 2 balls, no strikes. Pulled towards third, Inge plays it on the short hop. 5-4-3 round the horn double play. That ends the Angels' 4th, but they do get a run on the RBI fielder's choice. Halos up 4-0 after 4. Up 4-0 over the Tigers. And just want to remind you, the next Wells Fargo Big Bang Friday takes place this Friday as the Angels begin a 3-game set against the New York Yankees. Come out to the Big A for an exciting matchup of American League rivals and then stay for the spectacular post-game fireworks. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com.
This will be a fun series. Yankees back in town. Fireworks.
Angels trying to return the favor. Losing 2 and 3 in the Bronx. Scott Kazmir as we start the 5th. Very good. 5 strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits allowed, 2 of which came in the first inning. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Detroit. Laird, Everett, and Austin Jackson. Laird trying to push a bunt up the first base line. That is foul. He's been known to do that for a catcher. Decent speed, will drop one down. Pretty good bunter.
You also notice that Kenny Morales knows this field all so well that baseball has a tendency to roll back into fair territory. He went right away, fielded that ball foul. How about that play last night, too? That chopper by Cabrera down the first baseline. Kenny just been outstanding defensively.
The 0-1. Off speed, lined right to his stairs to Gerald Laird. Can't buy a hit. He's 0 for 2 twice, having smoking one to third base. A one hopper to Sturz, and now the liner.
I guess that's why I tried to punt down the first baseline, keep it away from Meiser. It's a rocket. No problem.
So 1 out for Adam Everett. Everett 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center. And as Scott pointed out in our pregame show, Angels Live, talking about this lineup and the approach he was going to take against the Tigers. It's a very aggressive bunch. They usually get their knocks as Everett lofts one out to right field. Kendrick with the call, 2 outs. Time now for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection. It's all about Scott Kazmir and the strikeouts zone.
It's all been about his tempo, too. Aggressive around the strike zone. He's had a good fastball at 90-91 on the outside part of the plate. He's been able to elevate that fastball. You see the inch, and of course, there to Jackson, and again to Ordonez up in the strike zone. And that is our Lexus Pursuing Perfection. Great tempo.
Yeah. Tigers should come into this one with a 7-6 mark, 4th in the American League in batting average. We saw it last night when they had 9 hits against the Angels. So far, Scott Kazmir has tamed his Tigers lineup. Jackson himself is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Anything you can look there, you can circle that out. 0 walks. That's the key. 0 walks for Scott Kazmir. Been aggressive.
1 and 2 now.
Well, it's a time where Austin Jackson has had some troubles with the fastball on the outside part of the plate. See if he can paint the corner. Went twice already on that pitch. Went slow, curveball, changeup. That's going fastball.
Outside, 2 and 2.
Missed location. Napoli wanted that fastball in. Instead, it was the outside corner. Back inside.
Fastball got him looking at the knees. The hat trick for Austin Jackson. Strikeout number 6. Angels still up Up by the score of 4-0 as we start the bottom of the fifth. Cool night, but pleasant nonetheless. Game got started on time, even with tarp on the field. As Eric Ibar rips one into right center field. This one is going to go off the wall. Ordonez plays the carom cleanly. Eric in at second with a double.
Ibar turned on that pitch. Right out of the batter's box, he was thinking triple. 50th career double now for Eric Ibar early in his career. Fastball, again, not hitting the spot Porcello tonight. Missing location. Ordonez did a nice job of feeling that off the wall and getting it in a hurry because Ibar was thinking triple right away.
7th hit for the Angels tonight. Ibar puts himself in scoring position for Bobby Abreu, who is 1 for 2. Tigers had action going in the 4th inning with Futeni, the left-hander, up and loosening. Nobody's up now. Porcello came into this inning having thrown 63 pitches and was helped out by that double play ball hit into by Mike Napoli to end the 4th. Change up in the dirt. Nice block by Laird. One ball, one strike.
Great turn, too, by Brandon Inge. That was a tough play. Turn that double play.
Yeah. Angels with 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. Lays off another one. It's 2 balls and a strike. Bobby almost laying off those off-speed pitches, those straight changeups, as if whether he's reading it from the body or mechanics of Porcello, but I mean, there's no hesitation on the part of Abreu on either one of those 2 pitches.
A lot of times, especially for young pitchers, you give up that off-speed pitch. You speed up your delivery, you slow down your arm. A veteran hitter like Bobby Abreu can pick that up.
Pickoff attempted second. No tag applied by Everett. Lays off again. 3 balls and a strike. Torrey Hunter on deck. The Angels sitting at the top of their order here in the 5th inning. And Porcello really slowing things down all of a sudden. That's outside for ball 4. Second walk issued by Porcello. Puts 2 on, nobody out for Torrey.
What a command of the fastball in this game for Porcello has not been with the norm for him. Trying to force that fastball through. His secondary pitches have not been there tonight. He's got to take advantage. He had a huge advantage last inning. Only got 1 across with that bases loaded, no outs. But here's another opportunity to distance himself from the Tigers with all that power they have in the lineup. Very important to score runs when you can.
Tigers getting action again going in their bullpen. A lot of scrambling going on. Looks like Knee is back up as Torrey takes a strike. There's Futeni. Torrey is 0 for 2. A double play ball in the 1st, a ground out in the 3rd. Fouled back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes.
Solid job for Torrey with runners in scoring position. 364. 4 for 11.
6 RBIs on the year for Torrey. He's got Ibar at second and Abreu at first, so pretty good speed on the base paths. 0-2. Way outside. Nice job by Laird, and Ibar's going to take the extra base. Abreu will stay at first. The minute Laird looked back towards home plate to find the baseballs when Ibar broke towards third base.
You can see he had that good secondary lead. Read that baseball in the dirt. You're exactly right. Once Laird looked the other way, it was a great opportunity for Ibar. You see that extra step he took, then boom, no chance. It's the third. Torrey likes that.
Tigers playing their infield back, looking for the double play ball. There goes Abreu. The pitch is outside. The throw down from Laird, not in time. Congratulations to Bobby Abreu. Career stolen base number 350 on his career.
Impressive numbers for Bobby Abreu. 350 as far as stolen bases, along with those 250 home runs. Great jump. Straight steal there for Bobby. Congratulations.
The only active player with 350 stolen bases, 250 home runs. As Torrey checked his swing, no, he went around. Dan Isonia ringing up Hunter. There's out number one.
Torrey just a little bit too aggressive on this fastball, clearly crossing the plate. Right call. Well, you see that RBI, you just want to put it in play. You start to bat through the zone, and next thing you know, it's way out of the strike zone, and Torrey swings and misses.
Matsui 0 for 2 against Porcello. Twice has gone down swinging.
Pretty interesting here. The Tigers down 4-0. One out, second and third, and have the infield back. They're willing to give up another run.
Feeling, I guess, pretty confident against Scott Kazmir. As Matsui lines one into the alley in right center field. That's going to go for extra bases. Ibar and Abreu will score. Hideki Matsui, a 2-run double. 6-0 Angels.
The professional swing once again for Hideki Matsui. The first couple at bats, it looked like he was seeing the ball real well against Porcello, but this time an elevated fastball. Those quick hands through the zone, short, compact swing. Will knock Porcello out of the game now.
Matsui now with his 9th and 10th runs batted in of the year. Pitching change at the Big A. Halos up 6-0. And wireless. Visit at AT&T.com or call 1-800-PIC-AT&T for details. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. Time now for our in and out, who's in, who's out. Rick Porcello is out, the Tigers starting pitcher, after going 4 1/3, striking out 5, walking 2. The left-hander, 27-year-old Taiwanese Futan Ni, who's on in relief, facing Kendry Morales.
He with a pretty good fastball. With you can see that movement on it. 87 to 91 miles an hour. Pretty effective swing and miss slider. It is out pitch.
He got to the big leagues last year, pitching in 36 games for Detroit. No record of .261 ERA. A little bit of a slinger from three-quarter arm angles. We'll take a look at the numbers for Porcello. Still responsible for Hideki Matsui at second base.
Only 2 walks. It seemed like he walked a lot more, but because of his command of his fastball was not there.
Did hit Juan Rivera in the ribs. Juan staying in the game. There's the 1-1. Morales pulling that one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is situational lefty, limiting left-handed batters to a 113 batting average and a couple of home runs. Right-handers have touched him to a 289 average. A 1-2. Lays off with that one, and Matsui will stay at second base. Just could not get a good read on that baseball.
Not a bad idea. If you don't see that right away, he's going to take that chance. Well, Laird's had a tough time with some of the pitches in the dirt so far.
That ball's popped up. Rayburn, the second baseman, is under it. 2 outs. So Gendry now is 2 for 3. 2 singles and the pop-up. He's also scored a couple of runs. And that'll bring up Juan Rivera. He was singled and been hit by a pitch, so he is 1 for 1. He's also scored a run.
Well, very unusual. That last time got hit in the ribs with that pitch by Porcello, a fastball that ran in.
Down and in. Nice dig by Laird. 1 ball, no strikes. A lot of times, too, when you see hitters like that get hit like that, especially with the open bodies, like you pointed out, you hate to use the term, but it's cheating on the inside pitch, thinking that you're going to get something down and in, whether it's a sinking fastball or something to that effect. That's why that shoulder flies open, and you become susceptible.
Yeah, the anticipation of that ball. You want it to get the bat head out and drive it to left field.
2 balls and no strikes. We look back at that AB plate appearance, I should say. A lot of times, as a hitter, you're taught to turn in on those pitches.
But he was clearly looking for something in the inner half, and once you start that body going forward, he was turning to try to hit the baseball. It ran in and got him right in the ribs. It got him pretty good also.
2-0. He fouls one straight back. 2 balls and a strike.
That's why Jim Leland wanted to check with the first base umpire. A lot of times when you see a batter doing that, the bat will cross the plate. And a lot of times you can get a called strike on that one.
The swing trumps the HBP.
Now that might be the best pitch ever when you can do that. Get a strikeout and a hit batter.
2-1. Rivera skies one. The first base side. Cabrera is there, so is Laird. Cabrera makes the catch. This is done by the Tiger first baseman. The Angels tack on 2 more. They do it on the 2 RBI double by Hideki Matsui. second inning, keeping Ryan Rayburn, who had tripled at third base. It would have put the Tigers up by the score of 1-0. Instead, it stayed 0-0. The Angels scored 3 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. Scotty Kazmir has a 6-0 lead here in the sixth inning, facing Damon, Ordonez, and Cabrera. First pitch is in there for a strike.
Aggressive, painting the corner. 88 mile an hour. You don't have to try to throw it 100 miles an hour. If you hit your spot, it can be effective.
Damon takes inside. Six strikeouts for Scott Kazmir. No walks. 4 hits allowed. Paints the inside corner. It's 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Damon's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. On the ground, Kendry thought about going for it. He's got to hustle back, and they got him at first. Damon doesn't like the call from Dale Scott. Jim Leland's going to come out and argue.
Well, that was pretty close. Again, Kendry just still getting acclimated to first base. A ground ball like that, you got to realize that you have an athletic second baseman who's going to be able to cover a lot of ground. Once he goes over for that, Johnny might have a reason, and Jim Leland a reason to be upset. No question. Yep, it's that foot down. Johnny's still running very well.
Ordonez laid on that fastball.
Again, it's difficult for a left-handed pitcher. He's falling over towards third base. So your first baseman, you tell him to communicate. You stay by the base there for him.
No balls, 2 strikes. Leland's pretty hot in the Tiger dugout. Down by 6 runs here in the 6th inning with a guy on the mound that is throwing the ball well. Got good tempo. You're looking for base runners. You think you've got one.
No time wasted at all for Scott Kazmir. Getting right up there. Pitching inside effect will be also.
One, 2. Reaching for one, and that's into right field. Ordonez, who had struck out the first 2 times up, picks up a single. And so a man on, one away for Miguel Cabrera. We were talking about Scott Kazmir, the difference in him today compared to last week. Take it away, Gooby.
Well, the big thing is Mike Butcher worked on some adjustments for him. You can see him right in that first one in New York. He did not bring his hands and the glove over his head. Why you do that? Because you have better balance, less movement in your mechanics. In New York, falling away too much. He kept the glove right around face level. This time, over the top, generate more speed too on your fastball. That was a consistent one.
One West Bank, one person, one play. Brought to you by One West Bank, one person at a time. Great catch by you too, because that's it from a starting pitcher standpoint. And just watching the rhythm that he's gotten tonight, and the fact that he's thrown a lot of strikes, very aggressive. And I go back to that first inning. Yeah, gave up 2 hits, had a couple of guys on. I remember Mike Napoli going to the mound and having a prolonged conversation on the backside of the mound, talking things over. And since then, he's been locked in.
And there's a reason why Mike Napoli catches the majority time with Kazmir, because he has a good feel for what is going well and what is not going well. And he noticed right away, said, hey, we want you to establish the fastball in the inner half. And when you're able to do that, then those pitches on the outside part become more effective. And, of course, good tempo and rhythm on the mound allows your defenders to be on their toes to make plays.
The 1-2 upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jason Bolger's up and loosening now for the Angels. Kazmir at 91 pitches, 55 have gone for strikes. Great pitch. Fastball, riding it up and away. Down goes Cabrera. There's out number 2.
We talk about an ability to elevate a fastball with good velocity, too. Another one at 91. Up and out of the zone. Getting a great fastball hitter to look bad at a pitch.
We have seen some late swings tonight, too.
It's going back to going over your hands over your head, and that deception. He's had a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. He's had a pitch, curveball and changeup in the 70s.
Good off-speed pitch for strike one on Guillen, the DH. Oh for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out. Again, a little bit of a late fastball. Either not picking up the baseball or something. He's got a little extra life to it.
That's exactly right. I mean, swings like that. Carlos Guillen is a great hitter. And you see him shaking his head. It's as if he can't see the baseball right now. But he's hiding the ball well, Scott Kazmir is, with good velocity.
Five and 2/3, the 5 hits, 7 strikeouts. The 1-2. Boy, trying to get him to expand. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice pitch, though. 90 miles an hour. Just off the outside corner. As we see in our Fox tracks, it shows it was, but still, that plants a seed in the hitter's mind right now. You thought that exact same spot is going to go out and chase it.
2-2. Right off the mask of Mike Napoli.
Going after the last night, anything foul back or bounced it by the Angel catcher, you kind of get concerned. Fastball, another, not a real good swing by Guillen. He jammed him right off the mask of Mike Napoli. So he always wanted to be a catcher.
You know what? Credit Mike Napoli. Didn't rub it. Threw the baseball back into the crouch. Man's man. 2-2 outside, full count.
Tough position. That's why most managers look for just really defense, because after a while, you just get beat up by either pitches in the dirt or foul tips. It's so difficult to take that approach to the plate. Mike Scioscia remembers pretty well about being a great defensive catcher.
3-2 out to left field. Rivero played on a hop. Stopping at second is Ordonez. So a 2-out base hit for Carlos Guillen. Puts 2 on, 2 away. And Brandon Inge will step to the plate. Former Tiger catcher Jim Price, who has been doing the Tigers radio broadcast for a number of years, says they don't call them the tools of ignorance, the tools of intelligence. Just ask Mike Scioscia, Dave Duncan, the pitching coach, who is a former catcher. Kind of like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Scott Kazmir is out of the ball game. A well-deserved round of applause as he walks off the field here at the Big A. He's got a 6-0 lead, turning things over to West Marines, leaders of the game. Angels starters the last 4 games have a 4-0 record, a .86 ERA. You see the numbers down at the bottom. You can just increase it right now to 37 innings, 3 earned runs. That includes Scott Kazmir's performance, although he is responsible for the 2 men still on base.
And the number that really jumps out, 1 walk, 27 strikeouts during this stretch.
Jason Bolger takes over. He'll face Brandon Inge with Magli Ordonez at second, Carlos Guillen at first, and 2 outs. Breaking ball is a strike on the outside corner. Bolger 5th game at 11.57 ERA, just 4 2/3 thrown so far.
I think if you look at Jason Bolger, it's all about having the confidence in his ability to get hitters out.
Breaking ball strike on the outside corner again. It's 0-2.
You can see that assortment of breaking pitches, plus the ability to throw a fastball at 93 to 94 miles an hour.
Going back outside, thought he had it. 1-2.
Good spot. Surprised Brandon Inge didn't go after that pitch.
Bolger last pitched on Friday in Toronto, 2/3 of an inning, 3 earned runs, 2 hits. The 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, this is the pitch right now for Jason Bolger. You still have options. You can still throw the breaking ball, 2-2 count. But if it's out of the zone, more likely he's going to throw that fastball, as Mike Scioscia knows a lot about calling pitches.
Fastball missed outside, full count, and now not only do you have to deal with a full count, but you've got 2 outs, and that means Ordonez and Guillen, the base runners, will be off of the pitch.
They're not guys that can run real well anymore, but you give them that chance to get an extra step or so. Now being a 3-2 count.
Payoff pitch, breaking ball, looped down the left field line. That will go into the corner. Ordonez will score. Guillen rounding third. He'll score. 2 RBI double for Brandon Inge, makes it 6-2 Angels. From 0-2 to 3-2, and then the double.
And is trying to be too fine for Jason Bolger. The stuff has been excellent. Not trust himself. That was a curveball that was elevated. Brandon Inge did a nice job of actually fighting himself back into that count. Because it was 3-2, the base runners were moving. More than likely, both don't score.
Those runs charged to Scott Kazmir, so the book closed on him. 5 2/3. 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, pardon me. It was Ryan Rayburn who foul tips the fastball. The double for Inge is 7th. The RBIs 7th and 8th on the year.
Kazmir did an excellent job tonight.
Rayburn fouling one back just over our heads.
Well, you're already Victor on that one.
You better believe it.
That was coming back quickly.
I don't want anything to happen to Norm. I'm in front of him, and I got to take care of him.
You're a team guy.
Everyone else, you're on your own. Norm, I got. What about you, partner?
Well, thanks for protecting me.
1-2. Oh, just got a piece of it. See if Bolger can finish off Rayburn here. And he got him with a breaking pitch. But the Tigers get on the board on the end. 2 RBI double. Scott Kazmir, great outing. We're middle half of the 6th, still up. Participating restaurants. Buy Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Lowe's. Experience Lowe's. Let's build something together. Bottom of the 6th inning. Angels up by the score of 6-2. Halo setting up the bottom 3rd in their order is Sturz, Kendrick, and Napoli against Futeni. Came on with 1 out in the 5th inning. You got Morales to pop up. Same for Juan Rivera. That on the heels of Ricky Porcello, who gave up the 6 runs on the board to the Angels. And the series, Skies went out to 7. He's out number 1. So Meister now 1 for 2. RBI single and a walk. And that'll bring up Howie Kendrick. Howie had a 2 RBI double in the 2nd. An RBI fielder's choice in the 4th. Deceptive motion there by Knee, kind of a slinger.
And doesn't have overpowering stuff. The average fastball, breaking pitch, more effective against the left-handed batter.
Pitched for Chinese Taipei in the 2009 World Baseball Classic. Started the year AAA Toledo last year before getting to the big leagues. Now in this bullpen for Detroit. A revamped bullpen. Fernando Rodney now a member of the Angels. Joel Zamaya's back. Tigers signing Jose Valverde to close things out. Phil Coke, the left-hander, coming over from the Yankees.
A very effective bullpen so far for the Tigers.
Tiger relievers with a 4-2 mark and a 3.07 ERA. 3-1. Fouled off to the right. Tigers with a couple of runs on 7 hits. They've stranded 5. Angels getting those 6 runs on 8 hits. And they've left 3 on. Payoff pitch. Lays off that one. There's ball 4. So a 1-out walk Angels get a man on, brings up Mike Napoli. We go back and revisit the Hyundai keys to the game.
Well, the key, I think it's been through this whole run, has been the starting pitching. Scott Kazmir coming in with a 2-4 mark. Career-wise against the Tigers was outstanding. A no walk, 7 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Consistently spotting that fastball, 88 to 92. He's had a good changeup and even snaps some pretty good sliders.
Here's Mike Napoli, who is 0 for 2. A strikeout in a double play. See if the Angels become aggressive with Kendrick at first base. Laird, a very good throwing catcher behind the plate.
He not very fast to the plate. An average move to first. Throws in usually around 1.34 to 1.48, which is not real quick to the plate.
Now he has 2 stolen bases on the year. Napoli takes outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Mike becomes the pretty much everyday catcher now for the Angels. Jeff Mathis going on the disabled list prior to tonight's game. Rob Quinlan called up. Fracture in that right wrist. Big swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. What we haven't heard is the time frame.
We hope it's quick because he's been so good defensively in the bat. Driving a lot of key runs for Mike Scioscia and the team. I'll tell you what, he's called some incredible games, but his ability to block pitches in the dirt been fantastic early on.
Throw to first base. Now he's back. Credit Mike Napoli really for just sticking through it. Came out, had a fantastic spring training. Power numbers, total bases, tops. One of the tops in Major League Baseball throughout spring training, and I know you can throw those out the window, but it tells you that he at least carrying over what he did last season. Trying to better himself defensively as well, making strides there. Another throw to first.
Tell you, when Mike Napoli is hot, he can carry a team offensively. Put the ball out the right center field as good as any right-handed batter in baseball. That short, compact swing, uppercut swing, very quick on the fastball.
One-two lined into center field, a base hit. Howler will round second, and it's bobbled by Austin Jackson. Napoli's going to get to second base with a single and an error. And the Angels have runners at second and third for the top of the order, and Eric Ibar.
Well, we just talked about how he can carry a club offensively, Mike Napoli. That compact swing starts with his hands up high, but brings him down to be able to drive this ball. Look how the movement in the hands, but quick through the zone for a base hit in the center field. Jackson just looked up because it's that reputation of the Angels going first to third. Charged it.
I tell you what, you've got to give a ton of credit to Howie Kendrick as he rounded the bag at second base, kind of forcing Austin Jackson to come up with that ball cleanly. All of a sudden you see the bobble, and he keeps on going.
Aggressive base running.
Ibar lifting and separating, but pulling that one foul.
We often talk about scouts being in the game. They're writing this down. The Angels always have been known under Mike Scioscia being very aggressive, going first and third, leading baseball in that category 4 out of the last 5 seasons. So you force outfielders to charge baseballs in which they normally can stay back on. And those mistakes are made.
Infield in for the Tigers. Ibar is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Somebody got crossed up.
And when we may mention that word crossed up, that means a catcher's putting down a sign, whether it be a fastball sign or the pitcher's thinking it's going to be a breaking pitch, and you cross up what the catcher's trying to catch. But you see, he wants a fastball on the outside. Instead, he gets a breaking pitch. pretty good job of getting any leather on that one.
And you're better off being crossed up that way than anticipating the breaking ball and getting the fastball. Not so much fun.
Anytime you've taken that hill, you've been there before. The cross up.
1 ball, 1 strike on Ibar. 2 balls and 1 strike. Howie Kendrick at third base. Mike Napoli at second. The Angels with 9 hits now against Tiger pitching.
You never know in any situation with Mike Scioscia the way Ibar can handle the bat. Certainly a great bunter. Suicide squeeze, possibly.
Trying to get those 2 runs back that the Tigers put on the board in the top of the inning. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner. And again, it kind of looked like Laird was a little crossed up on it, a little jumpy behind the plate on that breaking pitch. It's 2-2.
The way he reacted, it looked like he was looking fastball again.
And he got Ibar. That breaking pitch. There's out number 2. So the infield will move back to their normal depth. Angels still with runners at second and third. 2 outs down. It'll be up to Bobby Abreu. Bobby with a single, a ground out, a walk. Picked up career stolen base number 350. He's also scored a run. Bobby's yet to get it going and continuing to roll offensively. Coming in with that .214 batting average. He checked his swing, or did he? No, he didn't. Dr. Wegner ringing it up. That's 4 balls, 2 strikes.
Fastball. Yep. Nothing went on that one. Now just try to shorten up your swing. Put it in play. Force them to make a play against you.
.02. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Meade not the fastest of workers.
The slower you work on the mound, the better chances are that your fielders aren't ready to make a tough play for you behind you.
The 1-2 pitch is sky to left center field. Playable for Austin Jackson. There's out number 3. So the Angels get a couple of men in scoring position and leave them stranded. 6 complete. Halo's still up.
7 punch-outs for Howie Kendrick, turning on some G's. Scoring a couple of Matsui, the pro. 4 RBIs with another double, scoring Ibar and Abreu.
6-2 Angels, top of the 7th inning. New pitcher on the mound. Scott Shields takes over for Jason Bolger. Shields' first pitch is up high for ball 1.
When you look at Scott Shields, it's all about his mechanics. He does have a violent delivery, so if he can stay within his mechanics, he's got outstanding stuff.
There's a strike in at the knees. Scott last pitched in the Yankee series back on the 14th. They have 2 hits, 2 runs, and a walk. Not recorded out. And as we've seen, as you just pointed out, velocity, movement, great. Location, a little bit off as that ball is hit down the right field line and slicing away and foul.
When you look at Scott Shields, it's all about that first initial bringing of the leg up to keep that balance over the pitching rubber, because he leans a lot towards the first base bag, and when you have that shoulder flying open like that, it's difficult to keep your arm through the zone to be able to hit a consistent spot with your fastball.
The 2-2. Way up high. All the way to the screen, and it's a full count.
Mike Butcher knows those mechanics of Scott Shields. Release point, overthrew it. See that front shoulder opening up for Scott.
Payoff pitch, and Laird fouls one down the left field line. Laird is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out. He's hit the ball hard twice, nothing to show for it. Got him on the fastball up. Down goes Laird. There's out number 1.
Throughout this game, you've noticed the Tigers swing a lot of fastball that were up and out of the strike zone. Scott Shields a favor. See that front shoulder, the big key for Scott. Stay back on that. Let that shoulder stay in long enough that you can follow through and reach out and work downhill with that fastball.
Pinch hitter now for the Tigers, Ramon Santiago, hitting Adam Everett's spot. That pitch up and in. Ramon's one of those guys as a switch hitter, and especially from the left side. It crowds the plate. And a diver.
That's that pitch Scott has been so successful, throwing the fastball in at the left-hander's hip and getting the inside corner. But you have to stay on top to be able to have that type of movement with your sinker. Stay on top of the baseball.
He's fallen behind at 3 balls and no strikes. There's the strike, 3-1. And another one. Full count now. Santiago just getting a piece of that one, fouling it back. Count remains full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scott's been such a workhorse for this franchise. Of course, missing time last year, the knee problems, subsequent surgery.
You could make an argument he's probably been as valuable as any player under Mike Scioscia that has anybody. Even includes position players.
And he lost him. A 1-out walk. Spins the lineup back to the top. Angel fans, make plans to be at the Big A tomorrow night. You'll receive a free Eric Ibar bobblehead dog courtesy of Fox Sports West. Order your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com. Not an agreement, Eric Ibar.
Scott Shields would like to get a ground ball right to Eric Ibar to get a double play.
Austin Jackson 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Mike Napoli wants to have a conversation with Shields.
Looking down at the Angel dugout, Mike Butcher knows those mechanics very well of Scott Shields.
Missed up high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And it's 3 balls and no strikes now. Still trying to find that right zone. Like Butcher now will pay a visit. It's got to be difficult for a veteran like Scott Shields to come out, only pitching 20 games last year with that knee issue, and have your season shut down early. It's not one of those situations where you pitched most of the season, then got shut down towards the end to have surgery. But you really missed almost a full season because you got shut down towards the end of May last year.
Plus a slow start in the spring training. You know, Scott has been a guy that pitches a lot, and for him to be effective and more consistent, it's more opportunities to throw the baseball during the course of a game. He's looking for those opportunities for Mike Scioscia.
And he missed inside, so he walked Jackson. Back-to-back walks. And now you're getting into the middle part of the lineup, so the phone is going to ring in the bullpen. Because this thing very quickly could blow up with the guys that are coming up in the middle part of this lineup for the Tigers as Johnny Damon steps in. Matt Palmer begins to loosen and do so in a hurry.
And a very patient hitter in Johnny Damon at the plate now.
Damon 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. And there's a bender that drops in for a strike.
Good idea. You've had a tough time getting that good release point on your fastball. Throw it, your secondary pitch now was a good curveball.
Slow that tempo up a little bit. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Sky to right. Playable for Abreu. Santiago will tag from second. Nope, he'll stay right there. As Abreu gets the ball back in. 2 outs.
Having a little fun with that, saying no, they're going to try to go to third base. Actually, it wouldn't be a real smart play to try to go to third on that spot, especially when you have the middle of your order coming up and you're behind by 4 runs.
So 2 outs, 2 on. Maglia Ordonez at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Had a single and a run scored in the 6th inning. And he has struck out twice. As much work as you might get in spring training, it's tough to duplicate it as far as intensity, action, and kind of getting a feel for what exactly you do have as you roll into the regular season.
That's exactly right. You're just working on some pitches in spring.
Breaking ball is in for strike 2. Maglio doesn't like the call as he was backpedaling out.
That's 4 curveballs that Scott Shields has thrown. All 4 have been strikes. Backup curveball, catch in the inside corner.
4 for 13 in his career against Scott Shields. The 1-2. Tried to get him to go over the top of that breaking pitch. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Key pitch of the game for the Angels in this spot, especially with Cabrera on deck. Still have options at 2-2.
Missed outside, full count. Shields calling Napoli out. Talk strategy. Santiago and Jackson at second and first respectively. Terrific speed. We saw it in the 6th inning when Brandon Inge, on a 3-2 pitch, pulled a double down the line and scored 2 runs. There go the runners. Here's the 3-2. There's ball 4. So they are loaded up now for Miguel Cabrera. Matt Palmer will come on in relief of Scott Shields with the bases loaded. The Angels up. We are at the top of the 7th inning, 2 outs. The Tigers have the bases loaded. And Matt Palmer's come on in a situation in which he's got to deal with Miguel Cabrera with a 4-run lead.
Matt Palmer, too, has a sinking fastball. He cuts the fastball, so a curveball, slider, changeup. He's going to have to use all those pitches against a great hitter like Miguel Cabrera. Don't get him focused in on one spot against you. Change eye level, hits east to west, north and south against Cabrera because he's a very, very good hitter.
Santiago, Jackson, Ordonez on the bases loaded. You see the numbers for Miguel Cabrera in his career. .435 batting average. The Tigers come into this one having posted just a .176 average as a team in those situations through the first 13 games. First pitch from Matt Palmer. Big curveballs inside for ball 1. Scott Shields, 2/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. The property on the base paths belong to Shields. The 1-0. And that is up in the air to right center field. Torrey Hunter going back. Abreu at the wall, can't get it. That will clear the bases. Cabrera in at second with a 3-run double. It's a 6-5 Angel lead.
Boy, a pitch. Cabrera is able to get the arms extended. Fastball up, out over plate. Cabrera thought originally he had a shot for the grand slam.
Well, Bobby Abreu, you get that close to the ball out in the outfield, you'd think you might be going for it a little bit more so. Not as if that ball hit high off the wall.
He's looking back at the wall where that ball hit. Got himself in good position to be able to make the play.
I tell you, the way he was tracking that ball, I thought for sure that he'd be a lot closer than he actually put himself at. Bobby just kind of jumped up, not even looking for the baseball, and that ball's, I mean, seemingly right over the left shoulder. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. All three of those runs charged to Scott Shields. Cabrera now with 17 runs batted in. 2-1 pitch. Guillen fouls one. That one off of Iasonia, the home plate umpire. And it's 2-2. You
can see this curveball right off around the knee level. Iasonia tried to walk it off, said he was okay. They give him a little bit of a breather also. Catchers will always do that for umpires.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Miguel Cabrera, the tying run. That one's fouled at the plate. Now we got the chest protector of Mike Napoli. Fans thinking that Guillen had struck out. Instead, it's just a foul ball.
Another curveball in the dirt. Just barely got a piece of it.
Oh, got Iasonia. Fastball just missed in. It's a full count. Trying to throw that two-seamer on the inside part of the plate and have it tail back.
Just missed the inside corner. Being a very good hitter. The 2 outs and runners in scoring position this season has struggled at 1 for 9.
Now Napoli and Palmer want to have a conversation about the strategy with Guillen.
Again, you have a base open. A right-handed batter on deck and Brandon Inge. You don't have to throw a fastball in this spot. And you also want to have an opportunity. You don't want to give too many base runners. The Tigers are taking advantage of walks this inning.
Payoff pitch. Guillen fouls it back. Saunders and Pinheiro watching on. It's got Kazmir hoping to get out of this inning. Keep that potential W intact. 3-2 in the dirt. He lost it. Fourth walk of the inning. Mike Butcher will pay a visit.
Also by design, too, for Butcher to go back, see what kind of plan they're going to have against Brandon Inge also. So many scouting reports, advanced scouting as far as what hitters are hitting at this point, whether they're cold or hot on a certain spot of a pitch. Make sure you're all intact with that. Brandon Inge 1 for 4. That one hit, a home run against Matt Palmer.
Palmer misses outside to Inge. Brandon had the 2 RBI double in the 6th inning.
Two outs, though, with runners in scoring position. Has not done the job so far this year. But a guy 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, 2 outs, all of a sudden becomes better now with a 2-0 count.
Well, you got to start challenging guys, put the ball in play somehow. The freebies will come back to haunt you. Palmer's 2-0 to Inge. Popped up. Howie Kendrick and Eric Ibar. Ibar calls everybody off, makes the catch. There's out number 3. But the Tigers have climbed back into this one. 7th inning stretch time with the Angels up by a run. Look at tomorrow night's starting matchup between the Tigers and the Angels. Jeremy Bonderman with a 1-1 mark going up against Jared Weaver, trying to keep it rolling.
Boy, Jared Weaver's been throwing the ball so well. 21 strikeouts and 19 innings pitched. Using all 4 of his pitches, spotting that fastball. Great changeup. Bonderman coming back, trying to be healthy this season still. A plus fastball, split, and a changeup.
New pitcher on for the Tigers. Joel Zumaya takes over for Futen Ni, who went 2 innings, struck out a man, walked a guy, and gave up a hit. Zumaya's sixth game now. He's 2-0. No ERA in 6 1/3. Ramon Santiago, pinch hit for Adam Everett, remains in the game. He is at shortstop. Jeff Mathis looking on the disabled list prior to the game. A fracture in that right wrist. Angels send up 3, 4, and 5. Hunter Matsui Morales. It's the fireballing Joel Zumaya. First pitch right out of the chute, 99.
He can go 94 to 101 mile an hour on that fastball. Real good curveball also, and occasionally will throw a changeup.
Torrey takes a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. There's Rob Quinlan next to Jeff Mathis. The 1-1. Torrey takes high. Torrey 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout.
Angels very good at responding back after a club gets back in the ball game, like the Tigers did last inning. Those 3 runs, the offense needs to go right back at them.
That's in the dirt. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Zumaya, for all of his struggles, especially with injuries, just 25 years of age, out of Chula Vista, California. He's had the middle finger strain, right shoulder surgery, soreness. Torrey swings through that fastball. It's a full count now.
Wow, at 99. Maya looks like he's in very good shape this season. A fastball count, 3-1, and right by Torrey with 99.
Payoff pitch. Torrey swings through the high fastball. Down he goes for out number 1.
Well, this time change eye level elevated above the belt. Very difficult pitch to catch up on.
Kevin Jepson is up and loosening now for the Halos. Deki Matsui steps in, 1 for 3. 2 RBI double himself in the 5th. There's a fastball in at the knees. Another strike. Zumaya, because of all of his injuries, really had just 1 full season in the big leagues. He was back in 2006, his rookie campaign, when he had a 1.94 ERA, a 6-3 mark, pitching in 62 games. Matsui fouls one off of Iasonia.
Well, this last inning for him behind the plate. Another foul ball. This one at 101 miles an hour, right on the shoulder area. Biceps.
You, sir, have earned your keep tonight.
Done a good job, too, behind the plate. Some of the umpires don't want to be noticed, but this inning alone, 3 foul balls back at him.
Oh, 2 outside.
.81 on that curve and 101 mile an hour fastball. Last pitch at 100. Be kind of fun to take that out to the mound.
Matsui right on that fastball. Big hack. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
That was close to being covered in that of the stadium. Because when you throw that hard and you center that baseball up, he's provided all that power, and that swing from Matsui, we got 1 run back in a hurry.
That almost got him on the foot. 2-2.
He's had his problems some pitches throughout this game, but that was an outstanding job on that curveball in the dirt behind Matsui. Because you got to assume the chance that Matsui's going to swing at that, so you got to keep that in front of you and make that throw to first.
You got to think he's coming back with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul back. The 2 RBIs that Matsui had in the 5th inning, his 9th and 10th of the year, I should say. He gets jammed here, and Santiago has the call. 2 outs.
This would be a good challenge here. Kenny Morales loves to hit the fastball, and Zamaya has one of the best fastballs there is coming out of the bullpen. It'd be a great challenge.
A 2-for-3 night for Kendry. A couple of singles, a couple of runs scored. Kevin Jepson will come on and pitch in the 8th inning, it appears. Face that bottom 3rd in the order. There's Kevin.
She's hiding.
She's a little disappointed. 2 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 7th. It was smooth sailing at 6-0. It's tense now. You've tensed up.
I have, but I'm looking forward to this fastball 2-0. Kendry, I'm telling you, he's got a quick bat. Loves the fastball. Zamaya has to be throwing him a fastball in the spot.
He got it.
Well, he got that fastball at 98. Just pulled off it just enough.
Went upstairs. You can hear Zamaya. A little bit of a grunt after that pitch.
Kept down around 3/4 delivery also.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Location's been pretty good for Zamaya, who at times can get a little erratic.
You always see that terminology for a good fastball, some cheese. Well, that is some serious cheese at 99, 100, 101 miles an hour.
Would you classify it as easy cheese?
Yeah, there's not a lot of effort behind it either. He's pretty good delivery.
That is right back up the box, a base hit. A 2-out knock for Kendry Morales. Keeps the inning alive.
Turned around that 100-mile-an-hour fastball right up the middle. Kendry loves that fastball. Well, that's a good swing. Good balance. Right up the middle.
A 2-strike approach almost. Not trying to pull it, drive it out of the ballpark, just trying to make solid contact. Does so. Puts himself on for Juan Rivera. Juan has singled, been hit by a pitch and popped up. And that is drilled into the alley in right center field. Jackson is back, and he hauls it in. They say he can go out and get it. Austin Jackson, the rookie, robs Rivera of extra bases. More importantly, some insurance for the Angels.
Great first step. Good read. Makes an outstanding play.
In the top of the 8th inning, just want to remind you, you can keep your food and beverage ice cold this summer with your very own Angels Cooler. All fans in attendance 1 week from tonight will receive a free Angels Cooler courtesy of Sparklet's Home and Office Delivery. Cheer on the Angels. Get a free cooler by purchasing your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. Look at Shondo selling the cooler.
Well, he's loving doing that.
Look at that. The passion. He's behind it. He believes in it. Ice cold beverages in that cooler. Kevin Jepson comes on in relief of Matt Palmer, pitching now in his 9th game. He's got Rayburn, Laird, and Santiago, the scheduled 3.
Jepson, he possessed a fastball that can get up 97, 98. That pitch was at 95 miles an hour.
Kevin pitched last night, 2/3 of an inning. Breaking ball. Boy, you talk about deja vu right there. That breaking pitch in the dirt, Napoli's reaction to what we saw last night.
Exact same spot almost in the one that got Jeff Mathis.
Rayburn's 1 for 3 with a triple. The 0-2. Just off the end of the bat.
I do like Kevin Jepson using that fastball more like that. 0-2 went with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Still the best pitch in baseball, a well-located fastball. Always here to split fingers, a slider's a curveball, but a spotted fastball, especially when you throw that firm, devastating.
Rayburn was right on it. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes.
There's a cut fastball. Now you have some options. Climb the ladder. See if you get him to swing at a fastball above the hands.
Check swing. They will appeal. No, he didn't, says Dale Scott.
Good job of Rayburn trying to hold that, and he did on a curveball.
Another good pitch there. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Tigers making this one a ball game. with 2 runs in the 6th inning. Those 2 runs charged to Scott Kazmir. Jason Bolger had come on and gave up the 2 RBI double to Brandon Inge. And then the Tigers with 3 in the 7th. As Rayburn goes down swinging for out number 1.
Breaking pitch by Jepson here. Stay within his mechanics to the curveball. 12-6 variety, and a nice job by Napoli keeping it in front. Flying to tag at the strikeout.
Brings up Tiger catcher Gerald Laird. 0 for 3. Ground out, line out, and a strikeout. He was the first batter that Scott Shields faced when he came on in relief in the 7th inning. Shields fell behind at 3-0, but then eventually struck Laird out. And all of a sudden, Scott just couldn't find the strike zone. Walking Santiago, and Austin Jackson got a fly ball out, then walked Johnny Damon. That was it for him. Laird fouls that one back, and it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Laird originally in the Oakland A's organization, played in Texas. Now with the Tigers. Used to wear the number 15. You know why?
You going to tell me why?
Absolutely. 1 man, 5 tools. That's what he would say. That pitch was in the dirt. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I cannot make that up. 1 man, 5 tools.
All right. I don't know how to quite respond to that one. I'm just looking forward to a 97-mile-an-hour fastball by Jepson.
Here's the 1-2. Lays off the breaking pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So that was that cut fastball. 2-2 count. See if they try to elevate the fastball, go with that high gas, going to fastball in the outside corner.
Got him. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jepson.
This like Zamaya with the fastball. Here's a fastball on the outside part of the plate, an unhittable spot. And 95 miles an hour, stayed back. Good follow through by Jepson.
There's Ramon Santiago, who was a pinch hitter in the 7th. Walked and scored. We are seeing Kevin throw a lot more fastball than we did even going back to spring training. In his first couple of outings where he seemed to really rely on the breaking pitch.
That's a pitch he developed last year, that cut fastball, which is very effective. Still, the fastball is his best pitch. You don't want to fall behind. You want to go attack the zone. Don't throw that fastball on the outside corner, because with that movement, it's going to be a ball. Start middle away.
2-1. A little chilly out tonight.
With rain today.
Santiago off the plate. Ibar will hang on to this one. It's like a Super Bowl. Right off the plate. Midfield single for Santiago.
Second one in the game for the Tigers. Johnny Damon had one. Santiago runs very well, too. So this is a situation where Jim Leland might want to challenge the Angels. Right off the plate. Nothing you can do.
Doesn't even look real. Here's Austin Jackson. He's 0 for 3 with a walk, 3 strikeouts. Made a terrific running catch on the ball hit by Juan Rivera to end the 7th.
And there's no doubt, especially with Austin Jackson up here, leadoff hitter. Even if he's thrown at Santiago, he can lead off the next inning, but he gets in scoring position. Santiago, if he can steal the bag. And Socha very good at guessing along the opposing manager.
Upstairs, ball 1. Santiago has a Pretty good lead at first. Swing and a miss. You see that type of swing, there really is no reason to go to any other pitch.
Got to go right after him with a fastball. Let's see, threw his timing off. He had a slide step there, too. Quick to the plate.
Jackson ahead of the count at 2 balls and a strike. And now Kevin trying to get back into the strike zone. Back-to-back strikeouts to start this 8th inning with Rayburn and Laird. And that high chop single by Santiago. Fouled back. Wow. Johnny Damon on deck.
Three-two count. Fastball right here. Challenge him on the outside part of the plate.
Runner goes. Jackson fouls that one off to the right. Santiago heading back to first base. Another payoff. Another foul ball back. It's a game in which both starters still factoring into the decision. Kazmir, if the score holds, would pick up a win. Porcello would take the loss. And a brilliant start by Scott Kazmir, pitching into the 6th inning tonight.
Still like this approach by Kevin Jepsen, staying with that fastball. You keep thinking, well, maybe he's getting the timing down, but he's still late on it. A lot of speed. The base pass. So you got Santiago who can run well. Jackson who's running well at the plate. Stay with that fastball.
8 pitch at bats so far to Austin Jackson. Here's the 9th. Good battle between Jepsen and Jackson. The pitch lined into left center field, a base hit. Santiago will head over to third base. Rivera getting that ball back in. Jackson stops at first. And it's 1st and 3rd, 2 outs for Johnny Damon.
Well, that was a real good job by Juan Rivera in left field, cutting that baseball off, because Gene Lamont, third base coach, was considering sending Santiago home, just because he was going on the pitch. Look at that cut fastball, sped up his bat. Juan cut it off, got it into the cutoff man quickly.
Mike Butcher comes out and wants to talk things over. The entire infield comes in. Nice job by Rivera to cut that ball off. Action in the Angel bullpen. Francisco Rodriguez is up and loosening now.
So talking about the potential of a double steal here too. What they're going to do as far as throw the ball through the second base, fake that throw and throw to third.
Damon steps in. He is 2 for 4. Couple of singles, ground out and a fly ball to right. Strike one. Both teams now with 10 hits on the night. Neal, 1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jepson, the 5th pitcher for the Angels tonight, following Kazmir, Bolger, Shields, and Palmer. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw down is not in time. So Austin Jackson with a stolen base. Jackson had a very good jump from first base. Very good throw by Napoli.
But you also, as a catcher, you have to look him back to third, too. With that kind of speed and that kind of jump, no chance.
3rd stolen base for Jackson. Puts himself in a scoring position, but Johnny Damon has a 1 ball, 2 strike count. One-two. Breaking ball pulled foul. Johnny's a guy, especially with a very good fastball. You can get that pitch by him.
Especially on the outer half. Very quick on the inside part, especially something off speed.
Fastball called, strike 3. Down goes Damon. Kevin Jepson steps up and picks up 3 strikeouts here in the 8th.
Boy, some paint on the corner, gets through it. Jepson using the fastball.
In the top of the 8th inning, it was interesting. Johnny Damon went down looking to end the 8th. A fastball on the outside part of the plate. And we head to the bottom of the 8th now. Up 6-5. Joel Zumaya is still out there. And he'll face Asturis, Kendrick, and Napoli. Meister tonight, a single, a walk, and a fly ball to center. He's also picked up an RBI and a run scored.
A little insurance would be nice. Angel hitters here in the bottom of the 8th.
That's
Fernando Rodney warms up. Save situation, but yeah, that's one of those deals where you get uncomfortable quickly. You're throwing 98. Backstop in the air.
2-0. There's a strike.
Then you paint. Perfect spot at 98.
Second inning of work for Zumaya, who came on at the 7th inning. Porcello pitched into the 5th, just went 4 1/3, gave up all 6 runs, all earned on 8 hits, 5 strikeouts and a couple of walks. And Futeni went 2 innings. Now Zumaya into his 2nd. Meister takes a strike, and it's a full count.
Good idea by Meister there, too. You're trying to get on base any way you can.
Here's the payoff. Fouled back. And right into the press box down below. I think Bill Plunkett got it.
Quick hands.
3-2 again, and Meister pops one up. Johnny Damon, with the shoes made for Zeus, makes the catch for out number 1. Angel fans, when you're traveling this season, take the Angels with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv to see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer. Local in-market blackouts do apply. Visit angelsbaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. One away for Howie Kendrick. There's 3 RBIs on the evening, getting an 8 for the season. A double that he had in the second, giving him 4 doubles. Another bender, that's not fair. Back-to-back breaking pitches, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, when you possess a fastball, you can throw 101. You're certainly not looking for a curveball. Especially a 1 to 12-6 break to it.
And he gets him with a fastball, and there are 2 outs.
That was a pretty tough sequence for Howie going against Maya right there. Curveball, then an elevated fastball at 98. Very difficult to catch up on that one, especially when it's above the belt. Even more difficult to hit.
Second strikeout for Zumaya. 2 outs here in the 8th for the Halos. Here's Mike Napolitan, who singled in the 6th inning, so a 1-for-3 night.
Be a quick flash with that fastball that Zamaya's thrown up her.
Deal 1. On the fastball again, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Napoli gets jammed and puts one out into shallow center field. Austin Jackson makes a terrific basket catch. Second consecutive inning, we've seen the rookie just track down some baseballs. Wow.
What a great jump. Looked it into the glove.
with the Angels up by the score of 6-5. And a tough task at hand. Fernando Rodney's coming in to close things out. He has been very good thus far for the Halos. You see the numbers on the season, 4 saves and 4 opportunities, but he's going to have to face Ordonez, Cabrera, Guillen, 3, 4, and 5 for the Tigers.
Well, that's what it's all about. An opportunity as a closer to go 5 for 5. Save opportunities.
Ryan Fuentes eligible to come off the disabled list tomorrow. We anticipate that to be the case. Through 1 inning yesterday in a rehab outing, Rancho. Maglio is 1 for 3. A couple of runs scored. His one was a single in the 6th inning. Going with the off-speed pitch to start. It's no balls and a strike.
Great arm action on that changeup. Hitters see, even though they're familiar with Rodney, he's the next teammate, but that arm action on the changeup so similar to the fastball.
37 of 38 saves last year for the Tigers. Ordonez fouls that one off, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. This season, in those 4 saves that he's picked up, he has faced 12 batters. He has retired 12 batters. In the 1-2-3 inning last inning, including the strikeout of Sizemore. The 1-1. Just missed in, 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels trying to nail it down, go up a game over 500 to 8-7 should the score hold. Off speed is inside. 3 balls and a strike.
Not a bad spot on that changeup.
Broken bat chopper to third. Izturis has got it. There's out number 1. There's some wicked bounces on that ball. Had a lot of spin on it.
And Matsui has such soft hands, no matter where Mike says, whether it be second, short, or here third, a different bounce on it went the other way from him. Able to catch it, gather himself up, and make that strong throw to get the first out of the inning. Matsui, just a great glove.
So 1 out brings up Miguel Cabrera. Tiger first baseman, 2 for 4. Had the bases clearing double in the 7th inning. 3 RBIs, giving him 17 on the season. Changeup, sky to left center, playable for Juan Rivera. Torrey Hunter takes charge, 2 outs. Two big outs for Fernando Rodney. Carlos Guillen will step to the plate. He's 1 for 3. A single and a walk. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes.
Good spot on that fastball, 93 with movement. Expand the zone, give Guillen something else to look at.
The 1-2. Pulled foul. The pitch you have to be careful with.
You want to stay, if you're throwing a changeup, you want to stay on the outer half. Utilize the big part of the ballpark.
Rodney's ready. Another 1-2. Foul back. Gotta love that sea of red along the railing there. Looking for that 5th consecutive win to go 8-7 on the season. The 1-2 inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodney trying to close it out for Scott Kazmir's first win of the season. On the ground toward the hole. Ibar's got it. From his knee, can't get the end. That's an infield single.
What a play. What tremendous range, too, for Ibar. If he can get that grip of the baseball right away, he might have a shot with that cannon of an arm he has. But that's a great piece of hitting by Guillen. So he had a little trouble getting out of his glove, and with that arm, you never know with Ibar. That's amazing range. That's a sign right there saying no doubles. Don't let the ball over your head if you're an outfielder.
Brandon Inge steps in. 2 outs, men at first. Inge had a 2 RBI double in the 6th. He's 1 for 4. First pitch, change up in for strike 1.
The mind games. Brandon Inge has caught Fernando Rodney before in the past.
Fastball, pop foul. This one will reach the seats on the first base side. And Fernando quickly headed, no balls, 2 strikes.
Man, with those knees, surprising. Jim Whalen not pinch running in that spot.
The 0-2. Foul at the plate. I mean, just looking at the bench, I guess you could go with either Kelly or Sizemore. Sizemore being a middle infielder. And usually automatic in those situations, too. Another 0-2. Got him on a fastball. Light that baby up. 5 in a row, Mark Kubica.
I'll tell you what, it was set that tone again. Scott Kazmir dealing to Fernando Rodney. 5 for 5 in save situations. Elevates that cheese at 95 to get the punch out to finish this off. The offense early on scoring those runs. Had a comfortable 6-0 lead, but the Tigers fought their way back, and then his fastball, the express on the outside corner. Great job by Mike Natley behind the plate also. But Fernando Rodney closing it up for the fellas. 5 in a row.
Scott Kazmir picks up his first win of the season. He was spectacular in his 5 2/3. Kevin Jepson, nicely done in the 8th inning. And of course, Fernando Rodney closing things out. You saw Howie Kendrick there, a big night for him. 3 RBIs. He's the guy that really extended the lead to 3-0 in the 2nd inning with that double, sealing the victory. And more importantly, when you look at the overall record, 8-7. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, doesn't look like a whole lot, but a game over 500. Considering a 2-6 start, you gotta like it.
You gotta like it because Mike Socha never panicked even with a 2-5 start of a homestand. Went on the road, 4-2. Now all of a sudden back home and playing well.
Once again, the final 6-5 Angels. Let's send it down to Jose Mota.
Thanks a lot, Victor. Howie, when it comes down to a turnaround from this ball club, what are the things that have happened to make that happen?
You know, I think after New York, when we had the team meeting, Joel went out and just got us rolling. You know, he threw a great game in New York, and it seems like our starting pitching has been phenomenal since then. And those guys have been giving us a chance to win, and we've been going out putting up runs, and, you know, our bullpen's been shutting it down for us.
What happens to the offense once you see the guys on the mound step up and give you a chance to not have to play catch-up all the time?
You know, it's awesome because every game we go out, like, for instance, Joel Santan, and then Irvin in Toronto, you know, he did a great job. Went out, had a shutout through 8 2/3. And, you know, when you got guys doing that for you, you want to go out and put up runs. So we're trying to do everything, you know, from hitting and running, stealing bases, and, you know, we got guys hitting the ball out of the park.
Howie, let's talk about your at-bats tonight in those situations, your mindset and RBIs. How did it go?
Just trying to be patient, get something in the zone. I think my first at-bat, he just made a mistake with a breaking ball, and I was just trying to put it in play. He left it up over the plate, got a good swing on it, and ended up with a double. So, you know, it's usually when you get up there, it's just the pitches that you're going to see. You got to try to get a mistake and not miss it.
We certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good game.
All right, thank you.
Well, for the Angels, after a 2-5 start, they have turned it around. Now 8-7. Angels Live will begin in 60 seconds. You stay